What's going on, everybody? It's QJA, and today I'm back with another video, and I'm gonna obviously just do the usual, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. But other than that, we're just gonna get straight into the topic, and that is that I think that Pokemon has the most wasted potential of any franchise I've ever seen. And the reason why I say this is because it had a constant progression. Pokemon had a constant progression from Gen 1 to Gen, I want to say 5, which is where they kind of went into the realm of, okay, we don't really know how to progress now, but we're going to try doing it more story-based, if that makes any sense. But Gen 1, obviously, just the first generation of Pokemon. Then Gen 2, they added onto that, added new features. Gen 3, same thing. And I think Gen 3 and Gen 4, I think as a consensus, as a core fan base, are considered the best out of all of the Pokemon games. And the reason why is because they had, honestly, so many features that just everyone loved. But then we come to Gen 5 and they progressed and they regressed, because at that point they were kind of trying to figure out, well, what should we do for a Pokemon game? They went and did stuff like they added in bunch of new Pokemon. They added in a whole bunch of new Pokemon, and they made it so that you couldn't catch any old Pokemon until you got to the post game. Which, to be honest, I'm saying this right now, I would welcome that. I would welcome that very much. Like, that's not even a bad thing. It's just that I think when it came to the new Pokemon, they just weren't good. You know what I'm saying? Like, in my opinion, I just couldn't get attached to any of those Pokemon. Like, I really don't care about... I'm trying to think of any Gen 5 Pokemon. I don't care about the ice cream like that. It's just a floating ice cream. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing special about that. I don't care about the trash bag. Like, I literally don't remember that Pokemon's name. It's just trash bag to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was no iconic designs, I'd say. I say maybe some of the legendaries are alright, but yeah, like, to be honest, I do like Zekrom, Reshiram, and Kyurem, but as for the other ones, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. They just didn't bang like that. So they did that. They also focused more on the story-based, like, I kind of messed that up. They focused more on the story to kind of carry the game. And for a Pokemon game, it just doesn't really make sense to really focus on the story. And the reason why I say this is because the story kind of tells itself from the world building, if that makes any sense. Like, let me give you an example. Like, Pokemon Platinum, for example, is my favorite Pokemon game. I don't remember as a kid what the story was. All I knew is that there was the guy who can control time, the guy who can control space, and there was one brother who just controlled the realm. That's all I knew. I wasn't paying attention to the story, but I still got the gist of it, and I was still like, oh my god. When I first met those Pokemon, I was like, oh my god, they're still very powerful. You know what I'm saying? All my days, I want to catch these Pokemon. That's literally how I felt. So you don't even need to do a fully fledged story like this. And I know this is a problem going on from Gen 5 all the way to Gen 8, where they just constantly keep trying to hold your hand through a story mode, when it's like, you don't really need to do that. I don't really mind you giving a good story, but when the story is just kind of catering towards, you know what I'm saying, towards children, and it's just kind of holding your hand, and it's just kind of not really bringing anything to the plate, then there's no point. Like, honestly, just let children explore, you know what I'm saying? Like, let us, as adults who like Pokemon, from, obviously, in our childhood to now, like, let us just enjoy the game, because that's how kids and adults are going to see it. We just want to play the game. We don't really need our hand to be held the entire time. Speaking of hands being held, Pokemon is one of the easiest game franchises I've ever seen. The only Pokemon games that are actually hard are the ones that are not developed by Nintendo, and I ain't gonna snitch, you know what I'm saying? I ain't saying nothing about those games. Like, I'm not gonna say the names or nothing, but those games are some of the hardest Pokemon games I've ever seen, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to the mainline games, however, the difficulty in those games are honestly a joke. I think Gen 5 had the solution to this again, and the way they had the solution was the easy mode, normal mode, and challenge mode. But rather than actually keeping that going from Gen 5 onwards, they got rid of it in Gen 6, but Gen 6 was relatively easy from at least what I've heard. I haven't played Gen 6, but you know what I'm saying, from what I've heard, people said Gen 6 was easy. People said Gen 7 was easy until, I think, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. And people said Sword and Shield are easy. And I kind of get like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though I haven't played the games, do understand where people are coming from, and I do see it. Like, the gyms are always, like, usually, like, 3 Pokemon of the same type, so you can literally just run through the gym without, you can run through a gym with 1 Pokemon who has the type advantage. The experience share, you cannot turn it off in recent games. I don't know about all the gens, but I know in Gen 8, people got really angry because they couldn't turn off the experience share, and the experience share counted towards all Pokemon. And to be fair, it is a alright inclusion, but at the same time, I do get that people would want the option to turn it off. Overall, when it comes to difficulty in Pokemon games, I do agree there should be some sort of challenge mode, some sort of harder mode for experienced players, but overall, like, I'm kind of neutral when it comes to the subject. Like, to be honest, like, a Pokemon game, yeah, it doesn't seem like a game which has to be completely difficult. I feel like if they were going to make the games difficult, then they'd have to make the Elite Four difficult, which I think it should be a thing, and they need to make the Legendaries difficult. And speaking of Legendaries, so we're going to now move on to Legendaries and what I think about these Pokemon, yeah, and the reason why they've been in my opinion, this is what's honestly been killing Pokemon, because the whole idea of the game is to catch them all. I said this in my last video, what's the point of catching the God of the Universe if he literally is just handed to me? You know what I'm saying? Like what kind of satisfaction do I get from that? Like, what's the point if I can get some rare Pokemon, rare and strong Pokemon with stupid base stats from a guy in the Pokemon who's just going to give me an egg to just get the Pokemon? You know what I'm saying? There is no point. I know in Sword and Shield they had the Crown Tundra, and I'm pretty sure, here's the thing, don't quote me on this because I've not played it, but I'm pretty sure they kind of fixed that, but don't quote me on that. I think they might have fixed it, but I don't know. But I'm speaking about Gen 7 and Gen 6. I know for facts Pokemon were just given out as gifts, and that can't run. If you want Legendaries to be legendary, mythical Pokemon to be mythical, then you gotta have something that makes them legendary or mythical. You can't just slap the tag mythical, slap the tag legendary, and then just expect people to be like, oh yeah, I really want that Pokemon. I think the previous games did this better again. Gen 3, Gen 4. Like, Gen 3, like, brother, like, back in the day, you needed to know Braille to get a Registeel. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's different. That's different. That's different. You needed the Azure Flute back in Platinum, which you could only get through hacking the game because they thought it was too difficult to get, to then get an Arceus. You know what I'm saying? Like, when people hacked it in, they did it, and then the whole like this is why Arceus is my favorite Pokemon. You blew the flute, yeah, at the bottom of the stairs, and then suddenly some golden stairs just came up, yeah, some glass stairs came up. You walked up the stairs, and you see the brother just sitting there. You know what I'm saying? He's just like, yo, like, you know, that is some of the most exciting, like, that's one of the most exciting things I've seen in a Pokemon game. That is probably one of the most exciting things I've seen in a Pokemon game. And there's just none of that in, like, new Pokemon games. Like, realistically here, the most we got is probably Gen 6 when you walked in the cave and saw a Mewtwo. That's literally the most we've gotten out of excitement from a legendary Pokemon. So, honestly, my main issue with this is literally just that Pokemon gotta be actually rare, you know what I'm saying? They gotta be hard to get. I think the way to fix this is literally just to give side quests to mythical Pokemon and side quests to legendary Pokemon. And I'm not saying like, oh, give them massive side quests or whatever, and I'm not saying do this for every legendary and mythical, but what I'm saying is for certain legendary and mythical Pokemon, add in like maybe a post-game side quest that is, you know what I'm saying, kind of, I wouldn't say long, but you know what I'm saying, it's just like, it's a good chunk of content. That's what I'm trying to say. For certain mythical Pokemon, even if they're not in the game yet, just add a side quest when they're about to join the game, if that makes any sense. So let's say a new mythical is going to come out for a movie, just add a side quest or sign so you can go find him or something like that. It just adds to the whole world building. But I'm not saying, obviously, not for every legendary, every mythical, like, because that's a lot of hard work. Obviously, some can be left in caves somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Some can be left in, you know what I'm saying? Just some can just be left there. Some can just be left, like, to be found. But I'm not, just please, just don't give us the Pokemon as a gift, you know what I'm saying? If I see some random brother just hand me an Arceus, I'm gonna be annoyed, you know what I'm saying? And I quickly want to go back onto the whole difficulty thing. So one thing that I think makes Pokemon so easy is that the games basically just haven't changed at all when it comes to typing at the start of the game, and also gym typing. And what I mean by that is, at the start of the game, you're always given either a fire, water, or grass type. And you always go through the game fighting gyms that only have one type of Pokemon there. Now, I don't actually entirely mind the gyms being one typing. But one thing I will say is that if they're going to make it one typing, then you at least have to give them more Pokemon that have more diverse moves, I think. Rather than just being like, okay, one typing, we got 3 Pokemon and they're all just somewhat level, like at least to where you are in the game, somewhat high level. So like not high level, but like they're close to you but higher than you, if that makes any sense. So I just think gyms just need to be more diverse in terms of the Pokemon they have, and you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they have to have a dual typing gym or something like that. Like a dual typing gym might be a good idea for the next Pokemon game, but I'm just saying that they do need more Pokemon with more diverse moves to actually make it hard in the gyms. As for the starters, like realistically here, I think they should have had different type starters since, for a while at least. I don't really know since, but like, you know what I'm saying? I think they should have had different typing of Pokemon as starters for a while. Because at the end of the day, I feel like they're running out of, I don't even think they're running out of ideas, but I just feel like it's becoming stagnant now. Like, come on, like, it's always a fire type, always a grass type, always a water type. I know that's simple to understand, but like, come on. You know how sick that would be if, like, you saw a fire type, you saw a grass type, and then suddenly you saw a dark type. That would be so interesting, but they've never done it before, which is just kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's something they can innovate with, you know what I'm saying? That's something different. Also, lastly, I want to talk about the, how linear the games have become as well. In Pokemon Platinum, I remember playing that game, yeah, and I know it felt kind of linear, but not in a linear sense of, oh, I'm basically being dragged and handheld towards the next objective. It felt linear as in I had to complete this to then get to this location, otherwise this guy won't move, in that type of sense, you know what I'm saying? But I still felt like I had freedom. I still felt like I could go do this, go do that, you know what I'm saying? But in these new Pokemon games, it's literally that you just get handheld to each location, you visit every location, and then that's it. That's the end of the game. And then you just gotta wait for the DLCs. Well, at least in Gen 8. Easily, like, I don't know, lots of people have said this, like, the easiest way to just fix this whole linearity thing, to make this an adventure again, like how it was back in the day, but like obviously now it just feels like just getting dragged. An easy way to fix this is literally just to make it so that you can go in different directions and get to different gyms. And what I mean by that is that, okay, so let's say you make it to the first town, there's one gym there, you beat that gym. Then there's 2 roads. There's one road going towards maybe a fire gym and one road going towards a water gym. That would be sick if they had divergent paths and not everyone took the same Pokemon journey. If someone was like, cool, I started off with a grass type, let me go to the water gym first, and then after that, obviously I know I have to go back to the fire gym, but I can go in this location, go find maybe something over here, maybe there's some cool Pokemon here, maybe some rare Pokemon, maybe some Pokemon that help you out with the fire gym if you haven't done that yet. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff will make the game feel a lot more satisfying. Literally, the only problem I can see with this is that you can become too high leveled, and then when you go back to the fire gym, it's like level 10s where you're like level 30. But easy way to actually counteract this is that you can literally either do 2 things. Either A, give the different gyms different Pokemon depending on your level. Like, let's say you're level 45 and you're coming to the fire gym when you've beaten like 6 other gyms already. You can then say that, oh, gym leaders have different type of Pokemons depending on how well of a trainer you are, if that makes any sense, how high level your Pokemon are. And that would give a lot of diversity, because then there'll be a lot of branching paths, because then it would be like, okay, cool. So if I leave this gym until last, that might have the easiest high level Pokemon, whereas if I do it first, I might struggle early on, if that makes any sense. It just creates a lot more of a story for yourself, you know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of Pokemon is creating the story for yourself, and by doing that, you're kind of like, you know what I'm saying? It's literally just your story. It's literally your version of the journey, if that makes any sense. So, Lastly, the thing I want to talk about is literally just the wild area in general. Like, the wild area in Pokemon Sword and Shield is just... In Crown Tundra, all I know is that they improved on it, but realistically here, like, in my head, yeah, when I'm thinking of a console Pokemon game, I'm thinking you walk and you just see some, you know what I'm saying, some Pidgeottos just flying, you know what I'm saying. Like, I'm thinking about it in Pixelmon terms. You're just walking around and there's just Pokemon just chilling on the side maybe. Maybe there's Pokemon that run up to you and try to fight. Maybe there's Pokemon that, depending on their nature, run away from you. But there's obviously ways to catch them. That's what I'm thinking in a console Pokemon game. Overall, I think the way Pixelmon does Pokemon, honestly, is just way better than the way Pokemon does Pokemon. And that's what just makes it really sad. Do you know what? I'm going to end the video off here, yeah, because I might do different videos on different Pokemon games depending on how well or how far I even get with this channel. So just make sure to leave a like if you like my commentary. Make sure to subscribe for more videos like this. I'm stuttering bad now, so you know what I'm saying. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.